Hey guys, and welcome back to today's video. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I hope you are staying healthy. We are all kind of stuck inside right now. My kids are off from school for the next month, and it's actually been raining a ton here in California as well. So we're kind of just sitting around inside, hanging out, playing family games, doing movie nights, all that kind of thing. But what I'm going to share with you guys today is a bunch of new makeup products. What better time to just hang out, sit down, have our girl time, play with some makeup, see if we find some good new winter products here. I did buy a lot of this new makeup myself. I got a few things in PR. I can tell you though that the under eye setting powder that I'm using today, which is new, brand new product, it is amazing. And if you are over 40, if you have more mature under eyes, you are going to want to check this out because it is so amazing for the under eyes. So stay tuned. Let's zoom in. Let's get started. Let's test out some makeup. We are starting out with this foundation right here. This is the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. This was just released. Actually, Tarte sent me this and I'm excited to try this out. It's kind of like a tinted moisturizer. As you guys know, I have been honestly going foundation free. This is my skin. This is no makeup on right now. And all I've been doing is using my tinted SPF as my foundation and just going super lightweight and just spot concealing and going, with my makeup from there. But I'm excited to try this because it is a tinted moisturizer. So it's going to be very lightweight on the skin and not a heavy cover up or anything like that. I've just been so not about the heavy cover up foundations. So let's test this one out. This could be a good product here. They sent me the shade 20N, which is light neutral. So I think I'm going to use my fingers a little bit here. It comes out like this. It's not too liquidy. I'm gonna dab it on. I'm actually gonna use my fingers. Let's see how it goes on like that. All right, it's super lightweight, like not a lot of coverage at all. It's pretty sheer to light coverage, which again, I'm fine with. I've been very into minimal makeup looks. No fragrance. I don't smell anything crazy or anything like that. I have to check the ingredients. I honestly have not checked the ingredients. I don't think Tarte puts fragrance in their ingredients. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I will check it out though for sure. It is hydrating though, I can tell you that just right off the bat. It feels good on the skin. So if you are looking for something that kind of gives you that glow and that hydration, I feel like this is going to do that. All right, so looking up close to this foundation, it's definitely a sheer to light coverage foundation. I would say more along the lines of sheer. It is like a tinted moisturizer. It does work well over my tinted SPF because that's what I'm using right now. That's what I have on my skin, my tinted SPF, and then I just applied that over. So it does work really nicely over that. But yeah, honestly, not really that much coverage or anything, if you're looking for more coverage, which again, I'm not, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, tinted moisturizer is definitely, I would say, the correct term for this because it's very sheer. So moving on to eyes right now, I did prime my eyelids with the Tarte Shape Tape Eye Primer. That is what I always use. I just kind of quickly did that ahead of time. I am using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette today, which actually this isn't even the eye one. This is what's really funny. I've been using this contour palette for my eyeshadows for a couple weeks now, and I really, really like it for just everyday quick eye looks. It's perfect. You can do your entire face. You can do your eyes, you can do your face. It's amazing. So I've been using this honestly a lot, and all I've been doing is taking this light contour shade right here, and I've just been getting some of that onto my little fluffy brush here. And then I've just been taking this and sweeping this into the crease. Then I'm gonna take this peach highlighter shade. It's kind of like a peachy cream. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna apply this to the lid. And then I'm just gonna take this darker outer contour shade right here and just take a little bit of that and just go along the outer V portion of my eye here. That's if you wanna get real fancy with this quick eye look here. If you don't want to get this super fancy, just leave it at those two eye colors and you will be fine. All right, I'm taking the 100% Pure. This is the creamy, long-lasting eye pencil, which is my favorite for tightlining the upper lashes. I'm just going to push that into the upper eyelash line. And then taking the same pencil, I'm going to lightly just push it along the lash line. So I tight lined, which is inside the waterline there. And then I'm also gonna take this on the lash line just a little bit And then my little trick to, you know, smoky lashes, but not intense lines. I'm not really into intense eyeliner looks. What I do is then I just take a darker eyeshadow color, which I'm gonna take this. I don't know, I always pull out this one. I like the eyeshadows in here. It's the Tartelette in Bloom. But again, you can pull out any dark eyeshadow. I just take this middle kind of like deep brown shade and pick up some of that on this tiny little I don't know what this pencil is called actually. It's like a pencil brush, but it's super tiny. I just take that and I go over what I just laid down for my eyeliner, and it kind of just smokes it out while keeping it really natural and not harsh. Because I feel like as we get older, we don't want that harsh eyeliner look. That's my personal preference again, but I just feel like everything needs to be softened a little bit. And this is a really good way to soften your eyeliner. Okay, we're gonna curl our eyelashes, which is an essential step to getting bigger looking eyes, you know, more of a youthful looking eye. All right, I'm still using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise as my mascara. So with this mascara, I pretty much do 2 coats, and it's like insane volume and kind of like that false eyelash look, which I love. I will do 1 coat, go to the other eye, do another coat, and then come back and do a 2nd coat, and it's like amazing. Okay, so eye look is pretty much done. Like I said, very, very easy, very basic, but I love just a good, easy, neutral eye. We're moving on to concealers next, which is such a huge thing, I feel like, for all of us women. I know I am 40 years old, and concealers can either make or break my under eyes, but even when I talk to like my 30-something-year-old friends, they say the same thing. They have issues with it caking, creasing, making them look older. There's just something about concealers. You really have to find the best consistency and what works for you. But today we're testing out 2 new ones because, as you guys know, I'm such a concealer freak. I love testing out new concealers. And today we're going to use the new Pat McGrath concealer and the Beauty Blender concealer. Now I can tell you I have used both of these, but I'm going to use one on each eye today so we can really kind of compare and see if there's one that's better and just holds up to making you look younger instead of looking older throughout the day, which is a huge thing with concealer. So I'm going to use the Pat McGrath on one eye, and we'll take the Beauty Blender on the other. So Pat McGrath, let's use on this eye right here. This is in the shade LM10 for reference. I'm just going to use a little bit, and I'm going to take a Beauty Blender and we're going to blend that out. I definitely have found as you get older, the less concealer, the better. The more concealer you use, you are just gonna end up with like caking and creasing and just not a good look. So the older you get, I feel like less is more for sure, especially with concealer. That's a definite. I'm gonna also take a little bit of the concealer, and I always do this. I just take a little concealer and go down the smile lines, but I really like to use this concealer brush. Just pats it into those lines and just brightens up that area. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm just going to go over the under eye too. I love this brush for concealer. It honestly works the concealer into your skin so well. And if you want more coverage for your concealer, then this brush does the trick, because the Beauty Blender obviously is damp and kind of soaks up more product. That's why I really like to use it around this area. Okay, so there we have the Pat McGrath concealer side. So do we all see that? I like it. It looks really good. Let me look up close as well. Honestly, it looks so good going on. So we're gonna see as the day goes on, but first impressions, honestly, it looks really good, really smooth on the under eye. It blends in seamlessly with the skin, and it does, I'd say, give about, I consider this more of like a medium to slightly full coverage, but it looks good. Then we're gonna take the Beauty Blender Bounce Airbrush Liquid Whip Concealer on the other side. I am in the shade 3.15 Medium Beige, and this I've used a couple times now, and I really like it. So far, so good with this concealer, but I love testing concealers out next to each other. So let's put this on the other side, and I'm going to bring this down the smile line as well. And I'm going to use the Beauty Blender first. I like to use the Beauty Blender to really blend it in first, and then I'll go back in with the brush and kind of smooth things over. It just kind of, I don't know, seems to work out that way for me the best. So first, comparing both those at the same time, like first impressions, both of them, the Beauty Blender does not give as much coverage as the Pat McGrath one. The Beauty Blender I need to add a little bit more because I feel like it's a little uneven. The Pat McGrath side definitely has more coverage. So let's add a little bit more, and then I'm gonna keep some on with the brush here, just because like I said, it keeps a little bit more of the product on. I'm gonna dab that in. Very interesting, because I really do like the Beauty Blender concealer. Okay, honestly, both sides look really good. So that's the Pat McGrath side. That is the Beauty Blender Bounce side. Now, the Pat McGrath is a little bit of a darker shade. The Beauty Blender is a little bit lighter. So that definitely does play a difference in how it looks. I don't know, I feel like they both look really good, you guys. Honestly, the Beauty Blender side, and again, I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, the Beauty Blender side looks a little bit more hydrating than the Pat McGrath. And I haven't even said it yet, I haven't done anything yet, but just first impressions looking up super up close, like in my under eye wrinkles and lines and skin and pores, I am looking at everything. The Beauty Blender side looks more hydrated, a little bit more glowy, a little bit more hydrated. Definitely is not sinking into anything, whereas the Pat McGrath, this side looks hydrated, more hydrated. The Beauty Blender side looks more hydrated. So we're just gonna go with that for now. Again, we're gonna see how they both hold up throughout the day. But moving on to setting the under eye, because I always set my under eye concealer, and this is amazing, you guys. The Pat McGrath, this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. This stuff is amazing, you guys. I try out every under eye setting powder that ever comes out, and this stuff is so good. It is so light. It actually comes in a compact, which is a little bit obviously different than like your loose powder, but it literally perfects the under eye so well. And if you have issues with caking or looking dry under the eyes, or, you know, powder settling into fine lines and wrinkles, this one does not at all. So I would definitely suggest this if you're more mature on the under eye skin here. This works insanely amazing, and I have been obsessed. So I'm just gonna take my Beauty Blender, and all I do is get some on to my Beauty Blender, and it literally picks up just the right amount where you're not caking it on the under eye, and I just take it and blend it on, and it's just like the perfect light amount. It is amazing. So this is definitely an under eye setting powder that I would highly recommend, whether you are young, whether you are more mature, if you are looking for something that's not cakey, which who's looking for something cakey, but you never know. Some people like to bake and do all those crazy things under the eye. I don't like to do that. I just want something very light that's gonna keep my concealer looking flawless, and this does the trick. All right, we're gonna finish up the under eyes. I'm gonna take that same contour shade powder, the light one, and I am just going to smudge this under my lash line here. And then taking the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is the mascara I use on my lower lashes. This is literally the only mascara I use on my lower lashes. I am gonna finish off this eye look, and just using this on my lower lashes, we will be done. So I was shopping at Sephora the other day, and you know, at the end of the checkouts, they have like the little samples and like the little like travel size that always gets you, and they just have like rows and rows of them. So I found this, and it's the Milk Makeup, which I absolutely love Milk Makeup. Their products are great. This is the Baked Matte Bronzer, and it's a cream bronzer, which totally caught my attention because one, like I said, I love Milk Makeup. Two, I love cream bronzer. So I was like, ooh, like a cute little travel size. Let's test it out. My son was with me. He's like, Mom, you're spending $15 on that tiny little product. I'm like, he's kind of right. But all in the name for makeup testing, right? So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna apply it. Let's do one side of the face first. Let's see what it looks like. And I'm gonna take my Beauty Blender and blend that in. I'm not the biggest fan of it right now. I'm like, it's okay. I feel like it's not giving off a lot of really anything. So first impressions are like, eh. I'm gonna even it out and just do the other side. It's not horrible, but it's not something that I would reach for constantly, for sure. I have other cream bronzers that I like way better. So that's a pass. I'm actually gonna take the Kat Von D Shade and Light. This is what I use just on my eyes. And I'm actually gonna use this to go around my like bronzer area too. So I'm gonna take the light shade and I'm just gonna sweep this on and just kind of go over everything. Okay, I'm gonna take my Osmosis Mineral Press Based Foundation. This is in the shade Natural Dark. And I'm just going to take this down my T-zone and just set the T-zone. This is my favorite powder of life because no matter what, even when I'm just using my tinted sunscreen, it perfects your skin. And it's a powder, but it doesn't look like powder on the skin. It's insane. All right, we're gonna take the RMS Beauty Blush. I shared this with you guys. I love their pressed blushes. I'm kind of obsessed. This is in the shade Crushed Rose, and I am gonna use this today. This is one of my favorite blushes. This color just livens up your cheeks. Look at that. It's so beautiful and just kind of brings your face to life a little bit. Look at that. Oh my God, that color is amazing. All right, speaking of RMS Beauty as one of my favorite brands, I picked up the new Living Glow Face and Body Powder. So this is basically a highlight for your face and body. So I'm gonna try this out. I've not tested this out yet. It comes with this little powder puff as well. And I think this would be really pretty on the body too. I forget if it comes in more colors. No, I'm almost positive it just comes in this color. It's like a beigey gold. I feel like this is gonna look amazing in the summer, like on your shoulders or on your collarbone. I feel like this is gonna be amazing. Let's see how it works on the face. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. Yeah, it's like a goldish beige. You can see it. I'm just gonna do a really little bit because honestly, it's super pigmented. Ooh, it's really pigmented. And I haven't been into highlighter as much lately on my cheeks. I've been kind of doing more of like a matte highlighter. I feel like this is gonna be amazing on your body for sure. It's very, very pigmented for your face. So just be warned. Very pretty, very natural. And actually when I'm blending it into my skin more, it looks better. If you just kind of apply it and then let it go like a normal highlighter, it's a lot of product. So taking my powder brush and blending that in looks way, way better, if you can see that. All right, so we're gonna finish up with lips. I'm taking my Marc Jacobs. This is the Cream and Sugar Lip Liner. And then I'm gonna take this Huda Beauty. This is the Demi Matte Cream Lipstick. I just picked this up. This is in the shade Shiro. And I don't know, I swatched it in the store and it looked really pretty. So I'm like, oh, let's test it out. All right, let's see what this looks like. Has a very potent fragrance. I can smell it like a lot. I'm not the biggest fan of very potent fragrance lip products. But that's the color, which doesn't look as good on my lips as when I swatched it on me. I don't know. It's a little bit orangey, but it feels good on the lips. I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna have to alter the color a little bit, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm gonna actually take the Maracuja Glossy Lip Oil. This is new by Tarte as well. And this I have been using and this I love. And I'm not sure if this comes in multiple shades because again, they sent this to me. They sent me the shade Sheer Pink and I've been using this constantly since they sent it to me. I've been using it on days where I just want a glossy lip look and it's very moisturizing and hydrating. It kind of gives a little bit of that tingle and it makes your lips feel amazing without being sticky or gross feeling. It really just gives them a good, shiny, plump look. And I've been loving this. Like I said, even all by itself, no other lipstick underneath. I've been really liking it. So that is the final look right here. And I like it all except this lip color. I'm not feeling the lip color. I might have to change it because I don't know how I can go all day with this color. I don't like it. Too orangey, but this is it. I will check back in with you guys later. We will see how the foundation is wearing, how the different concealers are holding up, and all of that. I'm loving how everything else looks except the lip color. But that's it for now. I'll check back in with you guys later on in the day. We'll see how it goes from here, and I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, I am back. It is 5 hours later since I put on this makeup. That is all I got for you today. We are stuck in the house, and I have games to play with my kids. They are waiting to play. What's the game we're gonna play? What the Meme? Did you guys ever play that? It's so fun. It's literally the best family game. So I cannot be sitting here talking about makeup all day. My kids are waiting for me. So we're gonna kind of look at what's going on here, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Okay, I'm looking up close at the Tarte, the Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. So that's what we tested today for foundation. I look a little shiny, not bad. I always kind of touch up a little bit throughout the day anyway, But I'm gonna be completely honest, and I like Tarte. They sent me those products, and I think some of their products are really good, but I don't feel like it did anything to my skin that my Revision Tinted SPF couldn't do. I don't feel like it did anything extra, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like my skin looks pretty much the same as it did after I applied my Revision SPF. So that's my thoughts on that. If you're looking for kind of like a tinted moisturizer, definitely check it out. It's just very sheer and light coverage, and my skin looks the same. Moving on, let's talk about concealers. Let me look up close to the concealer situation here. So, okay, this is the Pat McGrath side. This is the Beauty Blender Bounce Concealer side. Now, I know a lot of you are gonna say, zoom in, let me see super up close. But the thing is, honestly, when I zoom in, I feel like you don't get a true picture of exactly what I see in person anyway. So I'm just gonna be looking up close and telling you exactly what I see. Because the camera, it never does justice. You guys can watch people that, you know, use filters and blur things, and it just doesn't do justice as to what, you know, being honest looking up close does. So I'm just gonna tell you what I see. The Beauty Blender side looks better. Now, I did have to build it up a little bit more, I feel like, to get a little bit more coverage to equal the Pat McGrath. But the Pat McGrath, although it looks amazing and it looks very good, and again, this is me looking super up close. I am extremely picky with concealers, so I am nitpicking a lot here, you guys. The Pat McGrath looks amazing, but the Beauty Blender side looks more hydrated, and I do not see anything sinking into any little lines at all, whereas the Pat McGrath, a little bit of line sinking in there, just a tiny little bit. And again, this is after 5 hours. The Beauty Blender side looks more hydrated and more smooth yet. So honestly, looking at the Beauty Blender side, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. This is why I love to compare different concealers up against each other, because you can wear a concealer one day and be like, oh my God, it looks good. And then you can wear another concealer the next day and be like, oh my gosh, it looks good. But when you compare them side by side is when you really see the differences. And again, the star of the show for me personally is the Pat McGrath, the under eye setting powder. This stuff is bomb, and it really works with all concealers I've tried. It is so lightweight. It is so easy to use and just blend out and just dab it on, and you have flawless looking under eyes. Your concealer doesn't budge. And again, if you're over 40 or more mature under eyes and you need a setting powder, which I personally always use a setting powder for my concealer, this is what I would recommend. I'm actually gonna do a video on my like top 5 under eye setting powders for more mature under eyes. This will be in that video for sure. As for the Milk Makeup Bronzer, I'm gonna say pass. As for the Huda Beauty Demi Matte, the cream lipstick, I mean, I feel like it looked nice on, but I did take it off because I just did not like this color. This I will say is a winner, the Tarte Maracuja Glossy Lip Oil. Love this. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love testing out new makeup products and playing with new makeup products with you guys. Thank you for hanging out and just having some girl time with me. Stay healthy and stay safe out there. I know we're all under kind of like a lockdown right now, so I am going to be just filming away. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, and I will film them. I will get them up for you guys. I love you all so much. I will link all these products down below in the description box as well, and I will see you in my next video. Just remember, Monday and Thursday is my video upload days. I will see you on Thursday. Bye, guys.